Okay, it's time for Arizona decodes. I like this playlist included here on my channel because I'm out here in Arizona. You see the cactus right there? Look at that cactus. So this is a football decode, and this hit the top trending news. You see it right here. Arizona State hands number 7 Texas Tech its first loss with a late drive in a 26-22 win. Now, Arizona State Sun Devils, Arizona State University, located in Tempe, Arizona, a suburb of Phoenix. A lot of times if you're an outsider looking in, you think of Arizona, you might think of Phoenix, Arizona, the Grand Canyon, whatever. But there's always a lot of stories that hit top trending involving Texas and Arizona. So you have Texas Tech here. I guess they would consider this an upset because they're ranked number 7 right there. And it's Texas Tech's first loss with this late drive. Okay. So college football heavy right now on this channel. Because it's just kind of like flooding the trending news at the moment. We'll quickly look at this late touchdown here. Right there. Okay, you see it right there. Right, and let me kick that off. So just a little touchdown run there by number 3. And you get to celebrate. Is that 3? It looks like a 3 on his jersey. And I believe it's this guy right here. Yeah, Relique Brown. Born on the 2nd, age 22. He's got that JD Vance birthday, I see, which is August 2nd. Look, he's born in 2003, and he's got 3 on his jersey. And again, born on the 2nd of August, 22 years old. You see that? 2003, 3 on the jersey, born on the 2nd, 22 years old. That just kind of on the fly right there. This is ASU's quarterback here, age 20, born on the 20th. He's got this big game right here as the quarterback at ASU. This is a more in general decode, though. It's not necessarily like focused on those players because, as I stated, Texas and Arizona, I show it over and over again how they're connected. And you could see this game was Saturday. And look at the date for Saturday, October 18, 10/18. That's like 118, right? Or you could just say on the 18th, and 118 is like 18. Sun Devils equals 118. Texas Tech Red Raiders equals 118 in the language. Number 7, Texas Tech. Look at this. Red Raiders equals 70, and 70 is like 7. Now, this is where it gets heavy because the total score of this game is 48 points. 26 plus 22. Oh, look at that. Texas Tech. They score the 22 points. Let me say that first. You could see the 48 there, but remember the dude who scores the winning touchdown, born on the 2nd of August, and was he age 22? And Texas Tech loses with 22 points here. I think that's what it was, but you can see the total score is 48 points and Texas Tech equals 48. If you have gotten familiar with my Arizona decodes, you know Arizona's the 48th state. Sam Levitt, the quarterback, equals 148. Look, Sam equals 48. Look at that down there. Isn't that amazing? I just caught that. Sam equals 48. Sam Levitt 148. Arizona, the 48th state. Texas Tech equals 48. Total score 48 points. Arizona equals 84. That's that reverse of 48 right there. So the South uprights lying on the turf. Arizona State's. Ooh, I'm getting popular. Arizona State's fans lingered on the field long after another "what did we just see" win. Even for a fan base used to wild finishes. It's the same for the Cardinals in the NFL. Like, never trust Arizona sports teams to have any kind of like consistent success, man. It's like up and down, driving the fans crazy. You know, the ones who think it's real. They may get to a big game and lose it. You know, like they're I mean for real, but they say Sam Levitt has a way of doing that to people. Can you see right here that Texas Tech in Ordinal 105, Arizona 105, and that is like 15. Look at Texas equals 15. Like, it always hits like this. I think I did a college baseball decode where it was these two schools, and it's like, oh, okay, these two schools trending playing against each other. You know, top trending news, and it's the same old thing, right? I've mentioned it before. Texas equals 15, Arizona 105, like 15, and now you can see Texas Tech equals 105 as well. I mentioned that it was a 26 points here that ASU scores in this game to pick up the victory. And I mentioned Phoenix, and Tempe is a suburb of Phoenix, ASU located in Tempe. Phoenix equals 26. Arizona's next birthday, Valentine's Day, a 26 and 62 numerology. See that? Even Texas Tech Raiders equals 206 like 26. Red Raiders, their nickname 101, and that's the 26 prime. That's the 26 prime number. Look at that. And keep in mind, this is just 4 basic ciphers with the alphabet that I'm using here. I'm not even trying really hard. It's just what I see at first glance with the knowledge that I have. Look at even Raiders has 115 like 15. You see that? I mean, I could be here all day breaking this down, but I don't want to do that, okay? But look, even Raiders has 115 like 15, but this is 4 base ciphers. This isn't like some silly thing. This is a code, okay? This is a code right here. You know, you can go watch TikTok videos. You know, you can go watch girls just shaking their butt. I mean, hey, you know, a butt is a butt, right? Poop comes out of that. I mean, you can go do that all day if you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to break down these stories. Don't get me wrong, butt videos pop up in my algorithm too. You know, I'll look, but it's like, hey, poop comes out of that. Anyways, you can spend all day doing that if you want. I'm going to break down these stories. Look at the 4 base ciphers here, which is very easy to understand, okay? Any questions? If there's any real people out there, I know Richard West is real. Shout out to you, my YouTube compadre. But you know, anybody else don't get this? Ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Because the world's fake, and nothing is more incredible than finding out the world is fake. Okay, it's sad but incredible. It makes you look at life from a different perspective. So I mentioned this 34 seconds left. I don't know if this touchdown with 34 seconds left. I just did another college football story. I don't think I put the slides in here. You can see all my breakdowns over here. It was Miami's perfect season comes to a halt right here with Carson Beck throwing 4 interceptions. That's interesting because the ASU game, ASU won by 4. But look, the 34 landed in this breakdown. You know what else is amazing is this: the total score of this game was 45 points, and Arizona's birthday is the 45th day of the year. But look, when we scroll down, you can see the 34s are going to hit. Wow, and Miami equals 45. That's interesting because there's a Miami, Arizona, and that's where I was born. So look how these two stories trending on the Associated Press connect one more time. Look at that. Carson Beck loses this game for Miami against Louisville. Wow, they played the Louisville Cardinals, and the NFL team in Arizona is the Cardinals. Damn. Ugh. But look, that was a 34-day span from that game to his birthday. And I connected it to a previous decode I did on Carson Beck. And look, 34s were connected. Look at that. 11 months ago, you get more 34s in that breakdown. Man, this is heavy because Carson Palmer was a quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. And look at Carson Beck in that breakdown 11 months ago when Carson Beck was on Georgia. I connected Kurt Warner and Carson Palmer because Carson Beck and Georgia, they defeated Aiden Warner in Florida. So you get that Arizona connection that goes even deeper without trying. Damn, man. That's wild. So, oh, look, I'm not even sharing the damn tab. There it is right there. But you heard what I said. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing, man. Even look at Miami and Louisville. That's amazing because the Louisville Cardinals look at like Arizona Cardinals. Look, even those two teams are 5-1. So that's amazing for real because you get Miami and there's a Miami, Arizona, and you get Louisville Cardinals and there's Arizona Cardinals. Damn. That's amazing though, that Cardinal connection there on the fly. But yeah, here, all those 34s. Let's go back over here now. Again, A to Z Arizona decodes. It is nice. You want to be in Arizona right now. Let me look at the temperature where I'm at. Check this out. It is 68 degrees right now in Arizona, 8:42 a.m. Absolutely amazing. It looks like it's going to be sunny. Talk about a nice day. But I want to show you the rest of these slides. So those are, and now look, this game ends, well, you get the 1-yard touchdown by Raleek Brown with 34 seconds left. So that's where it all started with that 34, and you can see how it connected to the Carson Beck game for Miami. And ASU, after a 12-point fourth quarter lead, turned a deficit. Levitt led Arizona State down the field. That's amazing because these teams are in the Big 12, it looks like. You see that? And the 12 has been landing, hasn't it? The 12 has been landing. Let me reverse the slides here. Or it was in what I just showed on Canva over here, I guess, with this other story. Let's pull it up again. Look, when we scroll up, look, Beck equals 12 and 21, and they lost and they scored 21 points. But there's been 12s and 21s in nearly every trending story right now that I've covered. Alex Jones, another college football game. It was the injury to Penn State's quarterback, Drew Alar. 12s and 21s all over that breakdown as well. And we get more breakdowns now with this story. So this is cool, kind of getting familiar with college football as they're kind of plastering it all over the news. And you see my thumbnail right there. So maybe Sun Devils equals 55, which I've been seeing a lot as well. Look at that. Sun Devils equals 55. And let's look at maybe possibly look at Texas Tech. So Texas Tech they're 6-1. Arizona State is 5-2 with this victory. But let's click on this and let's possibly look at maybe the quarterback who also led them in rushing yards, it looks like. Will Hammond. Oh, look at the ASU's got a receiver named Jordan Tyson. And look at that. 105 receiving yards. Remember Arizona 105? And was it Texas Tech 105? Yep, it was. So the leading receiver for ASU with 105 yards. Remember Texas equals 15 as well. Let's pull up Will Hammond. Look at that guy's name, Jordan Tyson. Come on, man. Let's look up Will Hammond. Let's give Texas Tech some attention here. Will Hammond, possibly look at a birthday. Born in look at 15 on his jersey. Come on, man. 15 on his jersey. Texas equals 15, Arizona 105, like 15, Texas Tech 105, like 15. Look at that right there, man. I mean, come on, right? We can, I mean, it's nearly a guarantee pretty much every time we go on the fly. Do we get a birthday with the character? Doesn't look like we have a birthday. How do you not have a birthday listed? And I mean, college football quarterback, how is your birthday not in the internet somewhere where we could have a birthday? Isn't that strange? And then what? He's possibly going to hit the NFL and then, oh, now you have a birthday like it's some big secret. Okay, but that's the quarterback there for Texas Tech. They lose here. Again, here's Raleek Brown who scores the winning touchdown. Let's see how many days after his birthday on the fly. This with 34 seconds left in this game. So he's got the JD Vance birthday, August 2nd. And this game, when was this game again? This game was the 18th, right? Let's see. Okay, so so 77 days after his birthday or a 78-day span. Oh, it's magic. Look at this, lands every time. Look, his birthday leaves 151 days. There's that 15 again. The game-winning touchdown by Raleek Brown. Look at his last birthday, the 214th day of the year, and that's Arizona's birthday, Valentine's Day. Look at that right there, man. I'm telling you, this whole world is scripted by these numbers. Arizona's even founded in 1912. 12, even the 48th state, 4 plus 8 is 12. Arizona's birthday, February 14th, the second month, the 14th day. 14 minus 2 is 12. Look at that. Arizona's birthday, 214. Raleek Brown's birthday, game-winning touchdown for ASU. His birthday is the 214th day of the year. Look how that works. Look how that works. There's that 55 again, the numerology on his last birthday. Isn't that absolutely incredible, man? Golly, man, that is just, man, it's amazing. You see how we go on the fly like that? Game-winning touchdown? Hey, even that 77 days after his birthday, remember Texas Tech was ranked 7. 77 is like 7. And Red Raiders equals 70, again like 7. Woo! Who's next? Who's next on the list for ASU? Do you like that? Man, I'm feeling confident. Damn, that's solid, isn't it? So who's next here for ASU? It looks like Houston is coming to ASU to Tempe to take on the Sun Devils. Houston equals 112 like 12. Jeez, right? Let's pull up Texas Tech's next game. Texas Tech. Let's see. Texas Tech football. Let's see who's next. They're fourth. They're fourth, it looks like. How did they. So they went from 7th to 4th with the loss? Is that right? Number 7, Texas Tech. Look at right here. It says they're fourth in the Big. Oh, they're fourth in the Big 12. But does that mean 7th overall? I don't know. Well, we don't need to know, right? So it looks like they're still ranked 7, though. Maybe that's overall. They're gonna play. They're gonna host Oklahoma State next, October 25th. All right, and again, here's the quarterback for ASU here. Let me. What was his stats again? Let's see. Let's look at his stats again real quick. I don't know if I ever mentioned them. 28 of 47, 319 yards for Sam Levitt, 1 touchdown. And Raleek Brown with 19 carries, 69 yards, and the game-winning touchdown. Cool? You like that breakdown? I like that. So Arizona State hands number 7 Texas Tech its first loss with a late drive, 26-22 win. That's it, man. Arizona decodes. That's the playlist. I'm glad to put this energy out into the universe. Even though the platform's fake and it's still a fake world. It is what it is, these are the cards that I'm dealt. Until next time.